Meanwhile, Shedeur out here escaping sacks, running for his life, making magical plays. I thought Shedeur wasn't mobile. I thought Shedeur didn't have a strong arm. I thought Shedeur wasn't making good decisions. Bro, when I tell you what, hopefully I ain't getting copyrighted by that, man. Look here. You got your tight end.
Another game, same story. It keeps showing up at the worst possible moments, and it's the kind of pattern that gets quarterbacks hurt. When the most important snaps arrive, when the defense knows what's coming and turns up the heat, the Browns' offensive line doesn't just bend, it collapses.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy John, the Liquidator, coming back with another video, and it looked like the Browns' offensive line could be facing major penalties from the NFL for sabotaging Shedeur Sanders. Guys, for this one here, we got to go all the way up to Cleveland. Let's get it. Let's go.
Like my man Junior.
For real? Somebody call me Junior, too.
When I pulled up, I thought you was Junior. I got put on my face.
Not with complex schemes or exotic looks either. Simple power, straight ahead, one-on-one losses that decide games. You don't need advanced metrics to see it. Watch the critical downs, third and long, late game situations.
All right, Shedeur Sanders, man. Up and down game, lacerated pinky. It was brutal. And you're going to see there's a distinct change in the second half where he's just checking the football down and he is screening the ball and he's getting the ball out quick. His pinky was really bugging him. I just think that the Browns in general just didn't really help him out a lot. And I'm going to get to a lot of different plays, and I just think he played pretty well for the
blindside is supposed to be sacred territory, especially for a right-handed quarterback. Instead, it's where the damage starts. A defender lines up, lowers his pads, and drives straight through. No counter, no anchor, no recovery, just backward movement and a quarterback forced into survival mode.
One being certain players, which I'm not going to name, but I put a little collage together going over this whole process of this offensive line, just to prove to y'all we're not tripping. They are sabotaging. They are doing everything in their power to make sure Shedeur get hit, get pressured, and look like shit. I just gotta be honest. At this point, I'm blaming the offensive line. There is many things that the Browns need.
That's the part that should worry everyone when the conversation turns to Shedeur Sanders, because this isn't about one bad rep or one unlucky matchup. This is about the same breakdown showing up repeatedly, especially when protection matters most. When pressure is predictable and still unanswered, that's not a talent issue on defense. That's a failure up front.
When your quarterback spends so much time on the ground, like it's really time to focus on building that offensive line. Shedeur gets hit way too many times. Even on the throws he complete, he's still getting hit, man. I really hope they put some money in that offensive line if they decide to keep Shedeur. If they don't keep him, hell, do what you want to do.
Gonna have to deal with that. Fans here are booing, and I think it might be because they think they took out Shedeur.
The scary part is that even when the offense is doing enough to stay alive, the line erases it. Early drives move the ball. Rhythm is there. Timing is clean. The defense is on its heels. Then the pressure starts creeping in, and everything tightens. Play calling shrinks. Reads speed up. Windows disappear. Not because the quarterback suddenly forgets how to play, but because there's no room to breathe.
How do you feel after this game? How do you feel about the offensive line, the play calling? How do you feel about how Shedeur played? How do you feel? I got mixed reviews. I feel like we developed in a sense where we're going fewer and farther between erratic plays, and we're developing, taking steps forward. We've had a lot of drives this game. That's huge compared to last week. We were able to drive the ball. We still had some miscues.
You can see it in how plays die. A basic bull rush caves the pocket. The tackle gives ground immediately. The quarterback hits the top of his drop and already has color flashing in his face. There's no chance for progression, no chance to manipulate coverage. That's not sustainable football.
Fake right there. Gets Bosa. I think it's Joey Bosa right there. Gets him with the fake, right? Turn it around. Everything's about. Look, there's one defender one defender on this side of the ball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 guys got him on the fake. Look at that. That is sweet. 9 guys on this side of the hash, 10 guys on this side of the hash. The only guy there is a corner. Good fake matters. And then honestly, this is most quarterbacks can make this throw. You have to lead him on this throw. You can't throw.
What makes it worse is when the scheme doesn't help. Bootlegs designed to change launch points still leave elite pass rushers unaccounted for. A rookie tight end ends up responsible for a defender who wins with strength and leverage. The protection slides the wrong way. The quarterback turns around straight into pressure. Those are design failures layered on top of physical losses.
Yo, man, look, I'm in the all black. I'm mad. Look, we are riding. Camera, look. We are looking for you sabotagers. Y'all listen, man. Hey. Y'all got to stop playing games. Stop sabotaging 12, man. We not playing. Let's take a look at this play where this man completely sabotaged this 4th down. This is embarrassing. Come on now. Take a look.
Shotgun Sanders.
Look at.
And yet, the quarterback still fights, still slips out of sacks, still extends plays, still tries to create something out of chaos. That resilience gets praised, but it shouldn't be required every snap. When improvisation becomes the plan instead of the exception, that's when careers start shortening. Now imagine placing Shedeur Sanders into that environment.
Holding.
Now, if this was any other team, you know what? It'd be like, okay, the offensive lineman just screwed up. But with Cleveland Browns, it's absolutely different because this all they do, man. Flag after flag. If it's not a holding, it's a false start. But you're gonna find out why really soon.
56. 10-yard penalty. That is Whippler. Oh, man. Massive run, massive momentum. So
Shedeur thrives on timing, confidence, and control. He's at his best when he can diagnose, trust protection, and deliver with precision. Yes, he can move. Yes, he can throw under pressure. But no quarterback should be asked to prove toughness on every 3rd down just to keep a drive alive. The concern isn't whether Shedeur can handle pressure. The concern is how often he'd be forced to.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Browns Latest. This is the instant reaction episode as the Browns fall to the Buffalo Bills 23-20. I'm Dave Grinjinski. A lot of people call me Grizzer, and this is where we get you caught up on some of the latest news and tidbits that are tied to our favorite team in the NFL, the Cleveland Browns. Thank you to everybody who's liked our previous episodes. Subscribe to the channel. We're almost to 12,000. And thank you to...
When offensive linemen are getting walked back with one arm, when blindside protection fails on game-deciding snaps, that pressure becomes cumulative. Hits stack up, trust erodes. Internal clocks speed up. Even the best decision makers start cutting reads short because they expect contact before routes develop.
The sabotagers exposed. They getting exposed week after week after week. We already know it started at the top. Kevin Stefanski's been sabotaging Shedeur Sanders from day one when he had him throwing to equipment managers and parking lot attendants and cafeteria workers during training camp on a side field. Didn't even allow him to practice and get reps with the team. It is what it is. He's on his way out. The sabotagers continue to get exposed.
That's how interceptions happen, not from poor vision, but from survival instincts taking over. You can already see defenses sensing it. They don't disguise as much late. They don't blitz creatively. They line up, rush hard, and trust the offensive line to lose.
Look at this, right here. At the bottom of the screen, right here. The offensive tackle, right here. For to protect the quarterback blindside. For a right-handed quarterback. Look at it. Look. Whoop. Whoop.
What are you doing? What in the world? Bro, you...
And too often, they're right. That's the most damning part. When opponents know exactly where to attack and still win clean. The problem is obvious. This isn't about panic, it's about patterns. Another game, same story. Pressure at the worst time. Protection fails when the margin for error disappears. Quarterbacks are forced into hero mode just to finish plays. So here's the question. Are the Browns actually ready to protect a franchise quarterback, or are they about to put Shedeur Sanders behind the same breaking point we keep seeing? Keep watching as this unfolds. Stay tuned for the breakdowns. Like and subscribe so you don't miss what the trenches reveal next, because that's where this story will be decided.